I don't know that I can compare to others with my journey, but I think what a lot of my motivation was working in a lot of different places. I never quite felt comfortable in my own work environment. And also with my clientele, I've always had both a large balance of just like male and female guests, and particularly like making sure that whoever walked in the door, they would feel comfortable. And I wanted it to be this, not fancy, but like an elevated, luxurious experience, but not be, bougie or fancy or just like elevated.
Yeah.
And when I say environment, not just the actual like structure of the building, but the structure of the service itself. So really thinking about making sure that everyone gets this tour of the space and like introduce everyone to everybody. And when it comes to like the end of the service, even like gratuity to me is such a stressful aspect of a lot of our industry too. So it's just like, okay, let's just not do that and make sure that what we charge is it and you don't have to worry about it. And when it comes to the shampoo, just making sure that that's not just like a wash and go situation. It's just like, you're here, we need to pause and really have an experience. So really thinking about like every single aspect of what we do to make sure that it's just this beautiful, streamlined thing that this is the thing that you get to look forward to.
Yeah. Can we dig into that a little bit?
Okay.
Can you share like what you do differently here versus most places, what they do? Because I mean, I can tell people what you do for me, for example, but I'd rather you share that.
So we definitely like to start off with a aroma-based head, neck, and shoulder massage. And my teammate Ashton creates these beautiful blends of like something that'll uplift you or ground you if needed. And then we proceed to approach the hair dry, which I think is not very typical. For me, if we're dealing with a canvas, then we should treat it the way that it normally lives, which is dry. Most people don't walk around with wet hair, so to me it's like important to address it that way. And then we have these beautiful lay down shampoo bids, and like I said, it's just like we really like to make that a big staple of our service. It's not just like a shampoo. We really get in there and like rub your scalp down and get your neck, and nice hot towel to make it like extra nice. And yeah, we really like to just go deep and really encourage that like stillness in your life, because so much of our life is just go, go, go. And more we just have like no boundaries as far as like our phones we're tethered to so much. So I really like to encourage like disconnecting from that and truly just being. So
I mean people are like, I live 90 minutes away and people are like, what are you doing getting a haircut? And I think I have a lot of friends who probably go to Great Clips and stuff like that. I used to be that kind of guy. Yeah. I used to go to Great Clips. I don't know if you know this about me. I went to Great Clips like all through college. Actually, that's not true. When I was doing my undergraduate studies, my friend Ronko cut my hair. She would cut a bunch of our hair because she was from Japan.
Yeah.
And she would cut her brother's hairs growing up. But then once I graduated and I moved away, I didn't have Ronco anymore, so I didn't have my own private barber, so I had to go to Great Clips. And then I dated this girl like very, very, very briefly, and we broke up. And I didn't have an existential crisis because of her.
Yeah.
But I realized in that breakup like, this person wasn't true to who I am. I don't know if I'm living true to myself. I need to like figure things out. And then I grew my hair out really long for a couple years. And then after that hair growth period for me, I started taking things really seriously. And so I say all that because I'm sure there are a lot of people listening who have been listening to this podcast, listening to this episode, and thinking, why is he talking to this person?
Right.
Because I know for a long time, I personally saw getting my haircut as like a utilitarian thing, right? Like going to Great Clips and just paying as little money as possible and just like not really thinking about it, even though, I cared, but not enough. And I think it was probably around 7 years ago, I started really just caring a little bit more about my own hair care. And that kind of opened up my mind to how there really is an artistry in this.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Micromaker by Loose Leaf Transmissions. We hope you enjoyed this brief glimpse into the inner workings of the creative life. If this resonated with you, be sure to check out the full conversation on Music Maker with Tyler Kline, a podcast exploring craft and process, philosophy and inspiration, and the honest, often messy parts of being an artist, creative uncertainty, purpose and identity, and resilience. You can find Music Maker wherever you get your podcasts or by visiting musicmakerpodcast.com.